Morning. So I think today I'm gonna start with a cup of tea, chai. You can make chai in lots of different ways, but the way that I typically do it is I add a little bit of tea leaves, milk, ginger, and mint. So let's get to it. The first thing I have to do is I have to go get some mint from my mom's herb garden. We probably won't need all of this, but maybe I can convince my mom or sister to have some too. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mash up a little bit of ginger because I really like very strong gingery tea. I actually already did that by accident, but it was about the tip of a nose amount, like a quarter amount, this much after it's mashed. In a pot, I'm just gonna add a little bit of water, about 1 cup tea leaves, ginger, and tear up the mint, and then just let that boil for a bit. Add some milk, some sugar, and then when the tea is done, you basically just strain it and drink it. Typically my tea is not as good as my mom's tea. I haven't really gotten there yet, but it's not bad sometimes. So let's try. It needs sugar. Actually, I got hungry, so I'm gonna make a second breakfast. I'm gonna make a blueberry banana smoothie. So, as the name suggests, we're gonna make a smoothie. And we're gonna put in 1 banana. I feel like these bananas are giant, but it's more food for me. So, a banana. And then we're gonna stick in a bunch of wild frozen blueberries. Cardamom powder. I love cardamom powder. I put it in everything. It's just ground up cardamom. You put it in a blender and you go and it becomes this. I even put it with the skins in. And then you basically put some milk in. Right now I'm drinking oat milk, non-dairy Susie's beverage. And then I'm just gonna blend it up. So this is actually literally my favorite smoothie. I think I've had it at least once a week, if not twice or 3 times a week for the past year. It's so good, and the cardamom really gives it a nice, spice, not spicy, but spiced, nutty thing, and it's really, really yummy. Okay, so it's lunchtime, and today I think I'm gonna make moong dal with rice. Moong dal is basically just mung beans with rice. It's a very high protein lentil dish, which is vegetarian friendly, which my family is. So let's get into it. The first thing that I've done is I've rinsed a bunch of moong beans, and I put 1 cup of dal with 3 cups of water and half a teaspoon of salt. And we're basically gonna let this pressure cook for 6 whistles. And while that's cooking in the back, we're basically gonna prepare all the other ingredients. It's a fairly simple recipe. I like simple recipes because they're easy to make, but we're basically gonna take a bunch of ginger that I've shredded up here. We're gonna take a little bit of chopped garlic. I think I should have chopped it a little bit more fine, but this is fine. We're gonna take 1 whole dried chili pepper, and then we have a bunch of spices. These spices are turmeric, red chili powder, and coriander powder. Okay, so the pressure cooker is about done. We can test that by lifting this, and since there's no additional steam coming out, we know it's fully cooked. So I'm going to open the pressure cooker, and yum! The dal actually looks really good. So I'm just gonna add half a cup of water, and in this we're gonna add all of our spices. So that's the turmeric powder, chili powder, and coriander powder. It goes right in. And I'm also gonna add the shredded ginger. And then we actually let this continue cooking. I'll move it over. So while that's cooking away, the next thing that we're gonna prepare is called the vagad in Gujarati. I think in Hindi or Punjabi it's called tadka. I just Googled it, and in English it's called Indian tempering. The Indian tempering trick. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some oil, and then we're gonna allow some mustard seeds and hing. I don't know what hing is in English. Hing in English is acai foetida. Acai foetida. So in order to prepare the vagar, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil. And in that, I'm gonna add half a tablespoon of mustard seeds. And when it pops, we're gonna add the esofoi. And then we're gonna top it off with a little bit of red chili and garlic. Okay, so it's starting popping a little bit, so we're gonna put a little bit of this in there. Just like one pop squeeze situation. And then after it's popping a little bit more, we'll add our chili and garlic and allow that to cook together for a bit. And we're really just trying to diffuse the flavors and get the flavors out of this into like a tempered oil. Ah, the Indian tempering technique makes sense now. Combine it into the dal now. And then at this point, you add salt or any other spices that you think you might have missed in the process. I like salty. And that's it. We're done. This is one of my family's staple dishes, and I'll be honest, it took me like a long time to want to learn how to cook, but this is one of the first dishes that I wanted to learn how to cook because it's so yummy, it's so simple, and it's so good for you because of the amount of protein that's in here. And it's like tough getting protein as a vegetarian. For dinner today, I think I actually want to make a salad. I know I made enough beans in the morning to actually last us through dinner, but I'm feeling a little bit more like vegetable-y. I want something a little bit lighter. So I'm just gonna make a really simple salad. I have a pepper, cucumber, carrot, tomato, and a pear. I thought it'd be nice to add a little bit of pear in it, and then I'll mix some greens in with some seeds and dressing and all that. I like my vegetables cut pretty finely in pretty small pieces, so I'm trying to do that. The carrots became a little bit extra large, but it's fine. I actually put the tomatoes into bigger chunks though, because I think otherwise it gets a little mushy. I think I love pears. Spinach, mixed greens. I like different textures in my salads too, so I'm also gonna add some like mixed nuts and dried berries and stuff. And I think this bowl is actually a little bit too small, so I'm gonna get something to mix everything together in. Now a little bit of salt, some pepper, and lastly some salad dressing. We always have the salad dressing in the fridge. It's just some lime, honey, spices, and it tastes really, really good. And that's it. I want to try getting a pear in it. Okay, moment of truth. I know I made a pretty big lunch this morning and I could have had that for dinner, but I was just feeling something that's a little bit more like fresh and raw, and this is like, it exactly fits the bill. I'm especially happy with all the little pears in this. And the mug that I made, I can honestly just eat it tomorrow, so that's actually a win. Less cooking tomorrow. Oh.